Indeed, the Earth is full of amazing, strong, and terrifying animals. But even it might interest you to find out that more scary animals might have walked past the surface of the Earth. The first animal that comes to mind has to be dinosaurs, the likes of the fearful T-Rex and deadly Allosaurus. But that's not all there is about extinct animals. There were more lethal, terrifying, creepy, bloodthirsty, and utterly disgusting animals that once inhabited the Earth. We are so glad these animals have gone extinct. Although these animals still induce nightmares, from ocean creatures bigger than the Titanic to elephant-sized crawlers, here are the 15 scariest extinct animals. We are so fortunate that they have gone extinct. Let's start to explore. But before we start, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss any upcoming videos. Arthropleura. Are you afraid of centipedes? You may not know Arthropleura yet. It is a prehistoric bipedal arthropod. Modern millipedes and centipedes are their distant relatives, but although it is called Arthropleura, it is closer to a millipede than a centipede. Arthropleura is the largest known land invertebrate species ever, reaching an adult size of up to 2.5 meters. It walked the Earth some 34 to 280 million years ago, from the lower Carboniferous to the lower Permian in what is today North America. These hellish, scariest extinct animals may be herbivores, but they are huge, few natural predators, run freely on the forest floor, and are generally terrifying. Just thinking about it makes me sick. Dinosuchus, the giant crocodile. Crocodiles are generally scary, but even more terrifying is the 10-meter-long dangerous animal lurking underwater. Dinosuchus is one of the most hazardous extinct animals, whose genus name means terrible crocodile in Greek. It lived in the Cretaceous period about 82 million to 73 million years ago. The dinocrocodile is a deadly animal, and we're glad it is extinct. One of the largest crocodiles ever seen, this crocodile can reach lengths of up to 12 meters and weigh over 6.5 tons, 14,330 lbs, with large, sharp teeth capable of killing and eating turtles, fish, and even large dinosaurs. Yes, dinosaurs. There's only so much you can do with such a huge animal. With its massive 4-foot skull, it's hard to run far without getting bitten off. Meganeura, the giant dragonfly. If you've seen a dragonfly, you'd agree they are not entirely pretty. They are not even the kind that draws attention. Well, maybe that's the dragonflies that buzz around our world. If you were around some 300 million years ago during the Carboniferous period, Meganeura would have left your jaw dropping. Not entirely because they were lovely, but because they were significantly bigger than modern dragonflies. Meganeura was a giant dragonfly-like insect with wings that reached up to 66 centimeters, 2.16 feet, making them one of the largest flying predatory insects in the history of the world. That makes them more terrifying. Imagine a Meganeura buzzing over your head as you walk to work. Dunkleosteus, the giant fish. Let's set the scene. Say you were fishing, and suddenly a 33-foot-long fish pulled out of the river. What would you do? Well, you don't have to worry about that. After all, you were not around some 360 million years ago. Dunkleosteus was a large, voracious predatory fish that lived during the late Devonian period. It grew to a terrifying size of 33 feet and weighed almost 4 tons. Its body was powerful, almost like steel, making it a perfect predator paired with its massive and powerful jaw. Its head and chest were covered with articulated armored plates, which made it a slow but very powerful swimmer. Megalodon, the giant shark. Megalodon is an extinct species of giant shark that lived between 2.8 to 1.5 million years ago during the early Miocene to the Pliocene. Its name means big tooth. Human beings are just creatures inferred from tooth fossils and some vertebral fossils. This scary extinct animal lived and hunted in the same waters as Livia and Melville. Megalodon is definitely the largest shark in history, even comparable to the mosasaur. Its maximum size is 20.3 meters. The average size is 16 to 18 meters. The heaviest is 103 tons, and the average weight is 60 to 70 tons. This incredible size was a larger, scarier version of the modern great white shark. Without a doubt, it is the most formidable predator that the planet has ever seen. Titanobo, the giant snake. In the modern world, the green anaconda is the largest snake. It is 6 to 9 meters, 20 to 30 feet long, and weighs 180 to 250 kilograms, 400 to 550 pounds. Massive, yeah, right? Some 58 million years ago, during the Paleocene, the extinct Titanoboa snakes roamed the Earth. They were the largest and heaviest snakes ever discovered. Paleontologists and scientists estimate that the titanobo could have a total length of 12 meters, 40 feet, and weigh around 1.1 metric tons, 2,425 pounds. This one appeared not long after dinosaurs went extinct, but luckily enough, it went extinct way before we ever appeared. Their diet generally consisted of crocodiles and turtles, which is how deadly these predators were. Arctodus, a name like short-faced bear, sounds cute in modern times and can give the impression of a cute, calm animal. But Arctodus is neither pretty nor peaceful. The extinct animal was the most common bear in early North America between 18 million and 11,000 years ago. It's one of the newest creatures on the list, and it didn't roam the earth until 11,000 years ago. Still, it was about the size of a prehistoric animal, standing up to 3.5 meters, 11.4 feet, tall and weighing more than a metric ton, 2,204 pounds. Scientists and paleontologists believe they are 50% larger than the largest polar bear in history. The giant, short-faced bear needs about 35 pounds of meat per day to survive. However, humans arrived in the Americas and destroyed most of its food supply. Forest raccoons. The nickname terror birds sounds scarier than the genus name Forest raccoons, and it's the perfect name to describe this group of monstrous birds that rule as the apex predators of South America. Terror birds stood at a height of about 2.7 meters, 8.8 feet, almost the same size as a male ostrich, but had an even more formidable appearance. The most intimidating part of the terror bird's appearance was its huge skull, which ended in a hooked beak that could easily tear through flesh. The forest raccoon's beak was also effective for stabbing prey. The terror birds had 3-toed feet, each toe armed with a sharp claw for dismembering prey. Terror birds ate any animal smaller than them, so if you were alive during the Cenozoic, you'd probably be on the menu too. Endoceras was a giant predatory nautiloid that lived during the Ordovician period. It is a member of the cephalopod class, which means it is distantly related to squidids and octopuses. Endoceras are bigger than present-day nautiloids. It is characterized by a long cone-shaped shell that could grow to 5.7 meters, 19 feet, long. The animal itself was probably about half this length, but it had long, slender tentacles that could squeeze prey to death and pull them in towards its mouth. Endoceras also had a hard keratinous beak that could bite into the body of hard-bodied prey. Given the size and likely strength of its tentacles, this tentacled monster is the largest cephalopod in the fossil record and was one of the apex predators during the Ordovician period. Chimaerosaurus, the giant squid, still on the list of scariest extinct animals, with weird and extremely hard to pronounce names. The Chimaerosaurus is the next creature. Chimaerosaurus was an ancient giant ancestor of modern squids and octopuses living during the Ordovician, 470 to 460 million years ago. Almost everybody has experienced this horrible feeling of a piece of seaweed rubbing against their leg when paddling and assuming a creature of the deep will eat them. That may have been true if the Chimaerosaurs were still alive today. These scariest extinct animals made life extremely difficult for creatures beneath the sea. The most distinctive features of this mollusk were the huge comb-like shell and tentacles, which they used to catch fish and other sea creatures. They weighed around 900 kilograms, 2,000 pounds, and their size estimates range from 6 to 12 meters, 20 to 40 feet. Carbonymes, the giant turtle. Carbonymes is an extinct giant turtle that lived about 60 million years ago during the Paleocene. It means that they survived the mass extinction, KT extinction event, that killed most dinosaurs. This turtle was carnivorous, had massive jaws, powerful enough to eat large animals like crocodiles. A fossil found in Colombia suggests that its shell measured about 1.72 meters, 5.64 feet, but its entire body was 3 meters, 10 feet long and weighed around 453 kilograms, 1,000 pounds. Caprosuchus. Next on our list of the scariest extinct animals is the Caprosuchus. This crocodile on steroids grew up to a length of up to 21 feet, and that is the least frightening thing about it. Caprosuchus was not like the crocodiles we know today. This beast chased down its prey using its 4 long legs, and it could have taken down all but the largest animals alive at the time. Once it had caught up with the poor creature it had decided would become dinner, things would all be over swiftly with a sudden bite from the boar-like teeth that protruded from its mouth. We're lucky the saber-toothed cat in armor is not lurking in our lakes and rivers anymore. Spinosaurus. Without further ado, meet the largest carnivorous dinosaur of all time, the Spinosaurus. The Spinosaurus was bigger than the T-Rex, and it grew up to 18 meters long, weighing up to 10 tons. This species feeds on fish, turtles, and even other dinosaurs. If we were alive at the time, we would have wound up part of its diet. It is also on the list of top 8 swimming in water dinosaurs and the titanosaurs, top 15 biggest dinosaurs of the world. Joseph Ortigasia. Finally, on our list of the scariest extinct animals is the Joseph Ortigasia. These giant rodents resembled gigantic capybaras the size of cows with an estimated weight of 1 ton. Imagine a bunch of killer rats roaming around 10 feet long with another 5 feet of tail. They might have been herbivorous, but their foot-long incisors would have packed such a strong bite that it would be hard not to shriek in fear. Jacalopterus. Jacalopterus is a type of predatory eurypterid, a group of predatory arthropods also known as sea scorpions. Eurypterids are not actual scorpions. Jacalopterus is the largest member of this group and also holds the title of the largest arthropod ever discovered. With a maximum length of about 8.5 feet, it had giant claws up to 45.5 centimeters, 17.9 inches, long and was an apex predator in its ecosystem. This spiky marine monster was probably capable of venturing out of the water occasionally and, if you stood close enough, grabbing you up from the water's edge with its giant claws.